Hello, my name is Tiptoe, and welcome to a video of, well, me playing Dungeon Defenders. This is post-commentary. It's not me commenting while playing. I recorded this because my guildmates on Lost Saga wanted to know what the game was like. So, I originally planned to do the Valentine's Day thing and have like a first experience let's play on it, but for anybody that's done it knows how frustrating that is, and it got to the point where I don't even want to rewatch that. So so I'm just using my test video. Did this to test how recording it would be. Went well. What I'm doing is I'm gathering those chests to collect mana. Each defense costs different amount of mana. I'm building these magic shields here so they won't go straight for the crystals. For anybody that's played a tower defense, it's pretty simple. Monsters come out from doors and they walk a direct path onto the crystals or the cores or whatever you are defending. And you place towers to prevent them from reaching said point. Well, this is nightmare mode. It is the hardest mode. It's not even a complete mode yet, but it's not easy. But I'm doing this to farm better gear. But basically, the point of the game is obviously to finish the waves without your crystal being destroyed. So there's a spider right there. I hate those guys so much. But that's pretty the gist of it. You fight alongside your defenses in this one, which is probably why I like it so much. Because usually tower defense games bore me, because all I'm doing is sitting there watching the monsters go by as my towers kill them with little to no human interaction at all. So it's not my type of thing. But this, on the other hand, is filled with quite a bit of action, in my opinion. So, yeah, I really enjoy it. So, monsters drop mana when you kill them. You can build during the wave. You can also upgrade. After every wave, there's more chests. You get more mana. It seems pretty simple. Upgrading instantly heals any damage towers. And upgrading gets more expensive as it goes on. But that's pretty much the whole gist of the game. I mean, there's different classes. There's technically 9 classes, but really there's only 4 sets of towers right now. Each character or class has its own set. There's mage towers, which are your pretty usual towers. Then there's squire towers, which are like barricades, crossbows, that kind of deal. Then there's the huntress or ranger. They make traps. So you have like a proximity mine. You have fire traps. Then there's the monk, who is kind of the support class. He builds auras, which slow down enemies. One does damage, but for the most part, it's more about slowing them down and making them weaker than it is killing them. Right now, I'm only using one class, but usually the best strategies are a mixture of all of them. So I'm at the max level right now, which is 74, but it's supposed to increase. I think it's going to be all the way to 80, but that's sometime in the future. So as you can see, you have to work pretty quickly to get this stuff to defend your crystal very well. Constantly having to go back and get mana. The little pet guy you see spinning around me, that's a genie, and what he does is every time I land a successful hit on an enemy, he gives me mana, like more mana. So this actually would not be possible by myself without this genie pet. I just would not get enough mana to build the defenses fast enough. because Nightmare mode is just a pain in the butt. There's 5 different modes. There's easy, which is easy. Medium, which is probably where you should start at. Hard. I've heard you can start on hard, but I don't recommend it. And then insane, you're gonna want to be pretty high level, at least level 60, 65 before you start doing insane. And Nightmare, if you're not 74, don't even bother. Because Nightmare is just, it's hard, because what they do is they nerf your character as well as your towers, and the monsters just get strong. And not only that, they half your defense, like your actual defense. Because this character right here has like maximum defense. He's capped out. However, in Nightmare mode, he only has about 60%. So it's pretty significant. This is one of the later maps. This is actually the map before the last one in the campaign. But I use this map mainly to farm loot that come out from the chest. But I don't need a better weapon because I have a really good one. But I need better armor and stuff. So, but I'm really not going to get anything better until I can actually do higher level stuff. Like, this is pretty basic, doing the campaign. But survival and stuff is where I'll get most of my gear. It's also a good source of mana, which is pretty much not only the currency for being able to build and upgrade and heal yourself during the game, but it also works as your money for shops and upgrading your actual equipment. So there's a lot of depth into the game. Strategy is very, very important. Well, for going through the game your first time, you can pretty much just trial and error it, and you'll probably beat it pretty easily. But with Nightmare mode, if you're not careful about how you build, you're gonna lose. You just will lose. There's just no ands or ifs about it. It probably looks like that I'm having a really easy time, and I kind of am. These ones aren't that difficult until the last few waves. Then it starts to get out of hand. Each class also has 2 abilities, which you saw me turn blue there for a second. That's called Overcharge, and what it does is allows me to build and repair and upgrade very quickly. Hello there, Mr. Ogre. I'll call him Douglas. We actually do have names for those ogres. They're different color ones, so that one's named Douglas. So I don't really know what else to say without having to explain all of the classes stuff, but I'm pretty sure nobody really wants to hear about all that. Yeah, as you can see, he had over 1 million HP, which is quite a lot, and I'm throwing everything I have at him. Luckily, he seems to derp a lot, but whenever I'm attacking him, because he goes after whatever's doing the most damage to him. And that was being shifted between my towers and myself. So he was kind of just sitting there like, I don't know who's doing more damage. Let me just sit here and wait. But yeah. Anyway, I believe this is the last wave that I had to do. I believe I fail on this wave. I can get to wave 8, but I never have come close to beating wave 8. It saddens me, but and I didn't get any loot out of this this run either. But I don't have it on hardcore mode, which is another thing you can add, which is well, to me it seems like it nerfs my weapon a little bit in Nightmare, but the whole gist of it is if you die, you don't respawn. You usually respawn. So the loot on the ground, if you don't want it, it's best just to leave it on the ground, because when you play with other people, at the end of every round, or rather the start of every next round, sells all of the stuff on the ground and then splits the mana evenly between everyone. So it's the most fair way to get the most out of loot that nobody wants. There are some challenge missions and stuff that some of them are fun, some of them are quite aggravating, but it is a challenge reason. Therefore, it's called a challenge for a reason. So things get really hectic. I'm so used to doing it, but watching myself play, I'm starting to see how often I turn the camera and doing all these like jumps and turning around and like 360s and 1280s in the air. I'm not really doing any 1280s there, but you get my point. There's a lot of movement back there. So here's where I make the biggest mistake of this, is upgrading those things. Because I know I have to come heal these, but because I upgraded them, I couldn't get there fast enough. And because of that, this ogre's going to finish me off. I just can't kill him fast enough to save my crystal. I mean, it's like right there, one more hit, and I would have made it. I was so disappointed. I even wrote sad face in the little corner. But yeah, so that's just a little quick look at what Dungeon Defenders is kind of like. It does get crazy, but Nightmare mode is just crazy. Well, that's pretty much it. Later, guys.